What's going on YouTube? Today we're going to make a what sold video. I haven't made one of these videos in a while. I know you guys see a lot of videos of me sourcing and buying stuff and getting these big buyouts and stuff, but you don't really get to see the back end very much, like when I actually sell the items. So I'm going to show you 10 items that I've sold very recently within the past couple weeks. That way you kind of understand like where the market is currently. So yeah, I've picked 10 things that I've recently sold that are really good items that I want to share with you guys. So let's get started. And as we go, I'm going to pop up like a screenshot right here so you guys can see the item that I'm actually talking about. So this is one of the items from that big CD clean out. I'll post a link to that video below because that was one of my better videos and one of my biggest clean outs. And obviously I had the recent car audio clean out, and some of these items are from that as well. So I'm going to post a link to that video below as well. So you can check out those two videos if you haven't seen them already. But the first item is this Humble Pie CD. We sold it for $69.99. It was part of the huge clean out where I got thousands and thousands and thousands of CDs for $3,000. So I literally have less than $1 per item in them. So these are working out really good. And as you can see, this is a great example. Not too many CDs are going to sell for this, but I'm selling dozens and dozens of CDs a month for $20 to $40 each. I mean, these are some really good CDs, like a time capsule from the late 80s, mostly 90s, and then some trickle into the early 2000s. But a really good haul, and it was a really good collection, so that's working out great. The next item is this Western knife, and I wanted to share this with you guys because I actually listed this item in April and it's now September. So it took about 5 months to sell, and sometimes things are a little bit longer tail item, especially this item, because as you can see on the blade, there's like some rust and stuff. So it takes the right kind of person that's gonna take this and grind it down and shine it back up and kind of refurbish it. Because if it wasn't in this fair condition, it'd probably be closer to an $80 to $100 knife. But because it does need the work, we got $45 for it. And I think I sent out an offer for $44.99. I had it listed for $49.99. So if you ever get the opportunity to send out those offers, always do that. I try to do it every like 1 to 2 days. So you want to stay on top of that and send out offers. And I know a lot of people think that they don't work, but I'm here to tell you that probably 10 or 15% of my sales come from sending out offers. So definitely take advantage of that perk if you have the ability to do so on eBay. The next item is this Ralph Macchio. I don't even know how to say his name, but anyway, it's the Karate Kid from the original movie and from the new Cobra Kai on Netflix, which was a cool series, by the way. If you haven't seen it, I suggest it. I thought it was pretty cool. This was part of like a buyout I did. I paid $1,000 for, I think it was like 25 signed Funko Pops, so it was a really good deal. They've just been selling really good, and a lot of them have sold for well over $100. So I probably got my money back from like the best 5 to 7 pops. And then I got like 18 pops like this that are going to be pure profit. So I should double my money and then some on that deal. But this was a cool item, good sale. And I don't recommend buying and selling signed items unless you're absolutely positive that they're authentic. And in the case with this item, it had a very reputable certificate of authenticity with it. And I offered a full money back guarantee. But you can lose your account on eBay for selling fake autographs. So you got to be extra careful. Next item is this Nintendo DS. It was used and definitely used condition, but it was working, and I got it for $20 at a yard sale, and I ended up selling it for $70 plus shipping. I listed it a month ago, so it took about a month to sell, and I just want to share this with you guys because video games are like one of the fastest selling items. Anytime I get a large lot of video games or something like this, it usually does sell in a month or less. So these are really good things to be on the lookout for if you want to be a good eBay seller and get things that flip quickly. Video games are one of the best things you can get. So the next item is this Savant 8-inch touchscreen panel for the wall, I guess for like some kind of smart home system or something. This was part of the big car audio clean out, and like I said, I shared the link to that video below. That was a really good video, really biggest haul of my illustrious 10-year eBay seller career. But yeah, this item sold for $440. When I grabbed the little box, I didn't even know what it was. I didn't know what to expect. So that's what's cool when you do these big buyouts. Like sometimes you're digging through stuff and you find like these absolute bangers that just kind of jump out at you and surprise you. And this was one of those items. And this is the kind of caliber of stuff I got during that cleanup. Now we have dozens and dozens of items that are selling for $50, $100, $200. And this is definitely an exception. You know, we might have, from that whole clean out, we might have like 20 or 30 or 40 items that are going to sell for 400 or more. But like I said, we have $50,000 invested in it. And I don't have that kind of money to spend either. I did have to take out a small loan to cover a portion of it. And then I came up with a chunk payment of cash. And we have a payment plan with the guy that we made the deal with. And I'm going to have him paid off in about 8 weeks. So we're really grinding out to get all that stuff taken care of. But it's been a really fun process. And the things are selling very fast. Car and home audio is another great area to be on the lookout for. This next item is an absolute banger. Another thing from that car audio haul. This projector sold for $750. It was a great sale. It was only listed for like a week, so it was awesome that it sold that quickly. It might have been worth a touch more, but it didn't sell right away, so I think I had it priced pretty fairly. I couldn't find the exact model, but I looked up comparable models, and they were all selling for like the $450 to $1,000 range, depending on, you know, how new and good they were. So I found the closest one to mine. Thought $750 was a good place to put it, and like I said, it sold within a week. We tested that item, we made sure it worked, so everything was copacetic. I already got positive feedback, and that item sold 9 days ago. So everything I've talked about thus far is things that have sold in the last 9 days, and I'm going to share a few more with you guys. So I have one more item I want to share with you guys that came from that car audio haul today. This was another one that actually jumped out, surprised me when I looked it up. So we got this audio control DM810 Matrix. I don't even really understand what it is, but this audio control brand is absolutely hot. And luckily on this buyout, I think we probably got about 30 pieces from that brand, and I probably already sold about half of them because every time I list one, they sell very quickly. So this sold for $699. Unbelievable. Another one of those like really good items we found in the haul. So it's been a really good run with those. And that's the last item I want to show you today because it was just another one that really surprised me. Next thing we got is these Reebok Allen Iversons. I picked these up at a yard sale for $50. The person was like a collector. They're hardly used. As you can see, they went through the authenticity guarantee program, and I sold them for $199. And the cool thing about that is if they go through eBay authenticity or the guaranteed authenticity, eBay actually gives you a free FedEx shipping label, so you get the actual whole $200 sale price. You know, obviously less fees and things of that nature, but it was a really good sale because we more than tripled our money. The shoes like this, the high-end sneakers, sometimes they'll sell really fast and sometimes they won't. Like for instance, I listed these about 5 or 6 months ago, so they've been on there for quite a while, and I did actually get full price for them, which was great. The next item I want to share with you is these 2 jumbo Funko Pops from Nightmare Before Christmas. It looks like we got Jack Skellington and Oogie Boogie, and these are cool because most Funko Pops, as you guys know, are pretty small like this. These are the larger jumbo pops. I think they're 10 inches tall when they're out of the box. So the boxes are about 12 inches tall, but Halloween's coming up, so these obviously sold because somebody's trying to use them for Halloween decorations, because I actually listed these back in May. May 30th is when I listed them, so they sold within 3 to 4 months. I like to share with you guys like how long it takes things to sell, because a lot of people like to list a bunch of things and then they're like, why aren't my things selling? Why aren't my things selling? And honestly, the actual number that you could expect if you have a very good operating store is a 1% daily sell-through rate. So when you finally get 100 items listed, you can basically expect to sell 1 item a day. And then obviously there's going to be days where you sell 2 or 3 or 4, but that 1% sell-through rate is pretty average. You know, like if you have 100 items listed and you sell 10 in a week, that's actually pretty good, and that's a little over the 1% sell-through rate per day because you're selling 1 to 2 items a day. So that's basically what you expect a good store to run at. If you have higher demand items or you're running auctions, obviously you're going to have a better sell-through rate than that. But if you're selling general merchandise or average items that have good sell-through rate like I am, I basically expect a 1% a day sell-through rate. And to give you an example, right now I have about 1,500 listings and I am not selling 15 items a day. That would be a 1% sell-through rate. I'm selling closer to 8 to 12 items a day, which I'm very happy with because my average sale price is through the roof right now, just over $100, which is a great ASP. And that's another thing you guys can work on is average sale price. It's very important to like focus on what your average sale price is, which is really easy because when you look on the eBay homepage, it shows you your 90-day total, and then it shows you the number of items that you sold in that 90 days to get that total dollar amount. So you take the dollar amount and divide it by the number of items you sold in 90 days, and you have your average sale price. It gives you something to work at, because if your average sale price now is say $30, if you could get it closer to $50 going through the last quarter of the year, you're going to be doing the same amount of work, but you're probably going to be making about 30 to 40% more in revenue, because your ASP is higher. So if we sell 100 items at $30, we have $3,000 in sales. But if we sell 100 items at $60 ASP, now we have $6,000 in sale for what I consider to be the same amount of work. Now you might have to put a little bit more money up front when you're doing the buy. When you're out there sourcing, you might have to be a little bit more pickier and look for higher end items. But hey, that comes with a little bit of experience and a little bit of time. So just do what you can. We all have our bread and butter, so stick with what you know. I'm not trying to get you to think outside the box too much. But let's move on. We only have one more item to talk about, and it was an absolute banger, an absolute steal at the auction. Okay, so I was at the auction a couple months ago, and they had all this luggage off to the side. And generally stuff like that, I know they can barely give it away at the auction, right? Like, people aren't lining up to buy luggage. And it was like off to the side at the auction I go to. They have all this stuff on tables, and then sometimes they'll put like fishing poles and golf clubs and luggage along this wall. So I was over there looking, and this thing caught my eye. Check it out. It was this really cool suitcase, and it was a hard case. And I looked at it, I'm like, dang, that thing looks like it might be worth, $150, $200, just off of my experience and selling nice luggage in the past, because I used to get Bed Bath & Beyond truckloads, and sometimes we'd get luggage. And some of the cooler pieces would sell for pretty good money. And it had a Sterling Pacific badge right on it. So I looked up Sterling Pacific, the company, this exact suitcase, and I saw a few sold comps that were like 900, 1,000, 11, 1,200. Like brand new was selling for like 1,200. So I unzipped it, looked at it, man, the thing is in like perfect condition. I listed it and it sold within 2 weeks for $1,000. I bought this thing for $50 at the auction. Somebody else might have liked it, but a lot of the resellers missed it. So these are the kind of obscure items you really want to look for. Like, if I go to the auction and there's, say, a Nintendo NES original system with 10 games, and then I look it up on eBay and I think it's going to be worth $300, well, guess what? I'm going to be battling it out at this auction with like 10 or 12 other resellers that know this is an absolute great item that's resellable and it will sell quickly. So what's going to happen? I'm going to have to pay $100, $150, $170 to get this $300 resale item, which is still great. Like, that's part of the things I do on a regular basis. I don't mind doing that. I'm putting my money to work for me, and I'm getting, say, after fees and everything, a 60% profit or 50% profit. Like, I'm happy with those profits. That's like the bread and butter, like I was just talking about a minute ago. But these kind of items are what you want to look for. These are absolute bangers. You want to look for like obscure tools that other people will overlook, like pneumatic drivers and things like that, that the average person doesn't need. So when you're at an auction or a yard sale, these items are getting overlooked because a regular drill, battery powered drill, everybody's going to be looking at that. Everybody needs one of those. Every household has one, but not every household's using pneumatic tools. It's a more specialized tool, and it's actually, generally speaking, if it's newer, it's a more expensive tool than a battery powered tool if you get the right brand, like a Ingersoll Rand or something like that. So these are the kind of things you want to look out for. I'm just trying to like give you guys a little bit of different insight as to my thinking behind the way I source these items and what I'm thinking about when I'm out there pounding the pavement looking for stuff to resell on eBay. But that's all I got for you guys today. These were some really good items, and I appreciate you guys for watching. And I'll try to make more of these videos from time to time. But yeah, these are great. And check out the 2 videos below if you haven't already, because we got the CD buyout, which was a great haul, and then we got the car audio buyout, which was another great haul. And hopefully there's some more great hauls in my future. But for right now, I'm taking it easy because I have a warehouse here that's full of stuff, and then I also share my warehouse next door, as most of you guys know, with a friend of mine, and that side of my warehouse over there is absolutely packed full of stuff too. But we got Q4 coming up, so you can expect a bump in sales. It's going to be a great year. I wish you guys all the success, but until next time, peace.